Welcome back, people. It is episode 23 of season 5 of the Taxi Squad podcast. We got a fair amount to get into today. Before we do that, please like, follow, and subscribe wherever you get your podcast. Maybe share it with a friend or two. We got strange and unusual topics about the Knicks this week. We got some college football talk, believe it or not. We are back with the MLB Wheel of Death. You're going to be riveted by this week's team. You're going to hear some NFL talk, some NBA finals discussions, and the NHL returns on the podcast. It's the Taxi Squad podcast.
Come on, everybody, celebrate. The Taxi Squad is here today. So lose the blues, kick back and relax for now. They talk about sports and stupid stuff. They're probably wrong and it might get rough. So welcome back. It's the Taxi Squad. Yeah.
Vince, it's your last podcast as a 29-year-old. Floppy piece of shit.
Damn, you're putting me in Ben Simmons territory? That's
crazy. What the fuck? You're going to be 30 and just broken?
That's unnecessary. I don't want to be
just
30.
Old. You got to get some gray in your beard, maybe in your hairs.
I don't know when/if I'll go gray for the next at least 10 years. We'll see what happens.
That's a good thing.
It's not really a familial trait. I am worried about the widow's peak, but we'll see what ends up happening with that. Yeah, man, it's whatever. I've come to terms with it. It's coming whether or not I wanted to. I'm going to have a little shebang this weekend with my friends and fam. Sad you can't be there.
But I'm sad I can't be there also, buddy. I'd love to.
Yeah.
But we'll celebrate. We're going to celebrate at the end of the month.
Yes,
right?
100%.
We're going to do it up at the end of the month.
Yeah, but it's cool. It's cool. Should be fun. We'll see what happens, but 30, baby. Yeah.
30. You're not the only 30-plus-year-old on the podcast anymore.
I know. It's a fucking shame, dude.
You know, where you were like the young jazzy cat to start this whole thing out. Now you're just old, saggy balls.
Depressed. What the fuck? My balls are fine, dude.
Sagging balls. No,
I'm not
30,
having any issue with my balls.
30. Hey, some of the best moments of my adult life happened in my 30s. So 30s is a lovely time. You grow, right? Mentally, physically.
I'm trying to physically shrink, technically.
Grow in better ways.
Yes.
Physically,
yes.
you know?
Yes.
Like your prashad or your biceps.
You get more dick in your 30s?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. It's just
really?
Like you turn 30, another inch and a half, and you're like, yo, how did this happen?
That's sick. That's good. Then I'll be a whole 3 inches, which would be crazy.
Dude, that's a lot, bro. That's technically a kind of a lot.
Yeah, I was at the White Sox game yesterday, and somebody got a hot dog, and I was like, "Oh, you got a foot long?" And they're like, "No." I'm like, "Pretty sure that's foot because
dude, that's a foot, dude."
Based on what I know to be a foot, I'm pretty sure that's a foot long hot dog.
That's a kilometer of glizzy, bro. Do the math, all right?
Yeah, Gargles, Gargle City. Before we start here, I do want to talk about. We both went to 2 baseball games. It was kind of like Inception in a weird way because you were currently in Charlotte, North Carolina, where the AAA affiliate Charlotte Knights play, and I was at Wright Field for the White Sox. So give me your thought on that.
Guaranteed. It's no longer guaranteed.
It's Wright Field now, which is better.
Do they still have the arrow pointing down?
I think so, but I don't know. I try not to even pay attention anymore. But I do. I would like to hear your thoughts on said AAA stadium because I heard it's very cool.
So, to Vince's point, road show, and I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina, doing some fire alarm guy stuff as I do when I'm not on the pod, and I had the ability to go to the ballpark, which is in downtown Charlotte, which for having, by the way, 2 major sport franchises, it's a very small city.
Yeah, I've heard.
I don't know if I come back to like do a lot. Like you could probably make a weekend out of it, but that's about it. And I would do it all sports related. So if you're going to be here in like late August to go see like a preseason game with the Panthers and then go to a Charlotte Knights game, they go pretty hype. I'm not going to lie. Went and saw the the AAA Charlottes play and got an opportunity to see Kyle Teal play catcher, which I don't believe he's going to be a catcher very long. We'll talk about
Why is that? Yeah.
He doesn't have the arm strength. Let's just put it that way. He tried to throw a bunch of guys out last night and failed horribly each and every single time.
Understood.
So there's that. Also saw Andrew Vaughn in a Charlotte Knights uniform.
It's kind of where he belongs.
Kind of upsetting in a way, considering he was a first-round draft pick. Yeah. But truly a beautiful ballpark. It really is like the most professional feeling AAA park or minor league baseball park you could probably go to, because it is the only baseball game in town, literally and figuratively. So people show up for this stuff. A lot of young couples in Charlotte, actually. It was kind of crazy to see like how many people were making a date night out of this night.
Why not,
tickets
dude? Why not?
Cheap. Tickets are cheap. It's fun. Beers are $9. Fun fact.
Well, I got to tell you,
that's about
I
it.
spent $4 less a beer than you did there.
What the fuck?
Yeah, because at Rate Field on a Tuesday, it's $5 beer night.
Get out. You can go
I
waste it for
I was
$40.
like, cool. Yeah, dude. I spent $20, had 4 beers. It's pretty good. Stayed under my macros for the day. Needed that. Lots of carbs, but just didn't eat carbs the rest of the day. It was good. It was good stuff.
Did you eat it all at the ball game? Did you go get a milkshake?
No, didn't eat anything.
Vince, fucking what?
I want to be skinny one day, and I can't drink milkshakes. I told you this already.
You had one job.
I want to be skinny. You come here and go, dude.
What, bro? Why would I go?
Don't bro me. Don't go bro me, dude.
Bro, why would I fly in to go drink a milkshake at a very terrible baseball team's park when you were just there and couldn't
care
get all the
about
reasons
my
for
health?
me?
You have to care about my health.
I care more
dude.
about your health than most people, considering I send you exercise routines that you fail.
12 videos of Mike's beautiful calves coming on my fucking. I'm just clicking. Like, honestly, if the wrong person sees it, they're like, why is that man sending you calves? And I'm like, listen, man.
I didn't mean to get the whole calf in, but
you
got to understand when you got these juicy ass calves.
You got a lot of leg on you, buddy. You got a lot.
I got a lot of leg,
yeah.
And I train them too because leg day or nothing, right? Because you can't be imbalanced. So I sent you the leg exercise routine, and Vince has yet to complete it. Why? Because he's a PAB.
You sent it to me 2 days ago. What do you expect me to do?
Correction. Sent it to you on Saturday. Just saying.
You sent it to me 4 days ago. What do you expect me to do?
Vince, you got plenty of time to get leg day done in those 4 days, dog.
I know, dude. My legs
are
you
even
beautiful.
Training, bro? Are you even training, bro?
I am. I'm just really focusing on the tats right now, dude. I got hella chest right now.
Are you going there to just stare at thick Latinas? Like, what are you doing?
Both can be true. Both can be true. No, I've been doing a lot of arms and chest and core and stuff like that, but I do get my legs in every now and then. I'm not doing it every week, so.
And this week's return of Vince's quest to get a thigh gap.
I would love one. That would be great. Just let my thing hang down.
Vince, we're big boys. Like, I love you. You're never gonna have a thigh gap.
Don't tell me what I am.
They're always
gonna
like kind of.
Don't come in here and tell me what I'm gonna be, dude. I'm gonna decide what I'm gonna be, and I'm gonna do it. You keep putting these stipulations on who I'm gonna be. I'm gonna be me, baby.
No,
I'm gonna be me, baby.
Oh yeah, are you gonna be like that silly Black Eyed Peas song?
Oh, I was thinking NSYNC.
I'm a be.
Oh, I was like, it's gonna be me.
Oh,
that's what I was.
Well, I mean, we're out of May, Vince.
Yeah, but he does say me technically in that song. All right, enough,
did he,
dude.
Though?
I don't like arguing.
Did he though?
Enough, dude. Enough.
Well, Vince, we were both at baseball games.
Yeah,
it was a good time. I will say the homeless out here quite aggressive.
It's a warmer climate.
They like try and stop you leaving parking lots. Like they try and step in front of you. One guy, I was going.
Yeah.
I'm from Chicago, dog. Don't play that shit. I'm moving. He was like, hey, man, could you? And I'm like,
No. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Yeah.
Leave me alone, Skinwalker. Even though that's rude.
I was
You
going to say,
don't know
that
this.
sounds offensive. I've never heard that one. Do I have to cut that out?
I mean, do you though?
I don't
they
know.
kinda
I
put
don't know what that
themselves in
term
predicament.
means.
Not saying I don't sympathize with the homeless. Skinwalker's like from the show about the thing,
The
about the
pandas.
zombies and John Bernthal,
Walking
The
Dead.
Last of Us. There it is.
Yeah.
See?
All right. The more you know.
Yeah, no
I'm
one-
just going to leave it. We're going to let
know
it
what I'm
fly.
talking
And then
about.
if it's offensive, I have no connection to that.
I don't know. How is that offensive?
I don't know, dude. I've never
Trump-
heard it before.
Well, I mean, what? All right. Well, I'm not even going to go down the rabbit hole. By the way, if you want to call in and tell us about your thoughts
Do
on
it.
the podcast or anything else on your brain, 312-725-2107. But Vince, before people call,
2107.
you got to string.
Yeah.
That's what I said, didn't I?
I heard 3, but I'm also stupid, so who knows?
I said 312 because it's a Chicago.
312-725-2107. Oh!
All right. You got a strange and unusual topic.
I do,
Get
man.
after it.
There is a Twitter profile named NBA Central that
All right.
posts about the NBA. Also, side note, there's a Twitter profile named NBA Centel, CENTEL instead of TRAL. And
Better
people
off.
be getting got by that one a lot. So just, for your own sanity, make sure you check the name before you get on it. Now NBA Central is legitimate. They posted odds because newsflash, Tom Thibodeau is no longer the coach of the New York Knicks anymore. And there was a couple people on here I was like, yeah, okay. And then there was one person on here where I was like, why? I thought initially it was like an ESPN thing, but it wasn't. It was by Bovada. These are what the current odds are for the coach. So at the top, it makes a lot of sense. You got Johnny Bryant, Kenny Atkinson, James Borrego, Budenholzer, a lot of guys that have coached before. You get Jay Wright that we're going to talk about in a little bit as well. But the biggest one at the bottom of this list was Stephen A. Smith. Why are there odds that for Stephen A. Smith to coach the New York Knicks? What are we doing?
Oh, my God. That's the most homer pull of all time.
Well, no, just by what means is he going to coach a basketball team?
I have no idea, Vince. The only thing I know is that chances are it's just a very far-fetched plug that this Twitter page wanted. Are you sure it's not the goofy one trying to get you got?
No, I promise you it's not. I check every time. And Bovada was the one
All right.
that posted the odds. So it wasn't even like ESPN or Central doing it.
Well, if you think about it, he was a basketball player at Grambling State, and
yeah, he had 3 points a game.
All this thing.
And then went to go work for
Vince,
the Washington Post.
I mean, people are telling him he should run for president. I don't. Who fucking knows at this stage? of the game
I
with
also
Stephen A.
wonder
Smith?
that, where are these people coming from that love this guy? Because I've never met one person that's like, I love Stephen A. Smith. I hope he does this forever.
Well, the fact. Okay, before we get into the Knicks, the fact that they fired Thibs to me is the biggest oversight of all time.
I agree. I mean, we're gonna get into it more in the NBA, but we can talk about it now too. But also, dude, you have
It is horrible that he has now been fired after taking this team somewhere. He's only really had 1 year with Cat.
That's kind of what happened. Well, Karl Anthony Towns has got him fired twice now.
Do you think Towns got him fired again?
No, but I'm just saying, he was in Minnesota when he got fired. This is what happens with him, dude. It's he's very specific in the way that he does things. It happened the same way in Chicago, and the problem is that you can go 2 ways now. So if you're the Knicks, you can either get back to the Eastern Conference Finals, where you clearly ran out of gas, ran out of steam, and the Pacers are better. You bring in a guy that's going to make you better, or you bring in a guy that's going to make you the Bulls for the next 10 years and then return to purgatory. That's their decision here is going to be very important, because we went from Thibs to Fred Hoiberg.
Yeah, Fred Hoiberg, not good.
That was rough. And then we went from Fred Hoiberg to Jim Boylan, who was making him clock in and out.
This is not going to end well for the Knicks.
I don't
just
think
how
it
it
will
didn't
either.
end well. Well, who's the owner of the Knicks again? What's his name?
Oh yeah, he's the guy that like kicks everybody out because he's a little baby.
I mean, that's him. This is him as MO.
Yeah, it's just like
this is the entire MO.
I mean, I get it to a point. Like coaches come and go in the NBA a lot, but it's more just like you don't know what you got until it's gone. That's how I feel right now. It's James Dolan. If he's gone,
Dolan does this.
Yeah.
Watch, they bring back Mike D'Antoni.
They very well could. I don't think they should, but they very well could. I think it's going to be Jay Wright.
Jay Wright, huh?
Former coach of Villanova when they won, and the head coach with Brunson, Mikal Bridges, Josh Hart. The whole squad was on that team. If they're going to go Nova Knicks, might as well just hire the coach too.
It's not a bad pull. It's not. I mean, that's not a bad pull, Vince.
He's
I kind of
pretty
like
low
where your
on this
head's at
too,
with
but
it.
like I don't know. We'll see what ends up happening, but it's very well could
Who
happen.
does Jay Wright for coach right now?
Jay Wright doesn't. He retired from coaching and said he never wanted to coach again. So that's why people are like, oh, he's probably not going to be it. But like, he also has been on interviews saying money and also the Knicks. He said on an interview too that he would want to coach the Knicks if he coached in the NBA. So this is the perfect situation.
Well, they should interview him, and considering he knows all those players,
and he's a Northeast guy. Like, there's a lot going there.
Like, lifelong fan wants to bring the Knicks back to relevancy, even though they've been relevant for like the past 3 seasons now.
Yeah,
under Thibs.
But yeah, like actual championship relevancy would be sick. And then you got guys like Sam Cassell would be cool. I've been waiting for him to get a real shot at being a head coach. Like Jerry Stackhouse is on there. Becky Hammond shouldn't be on there. All respect to her, but like
that's a little.
She was like a assistant with the Spurs, and then she went to the WNBA. Like I don't know about that, but we'll see.
Yeah, I mean that's just I don't. No offense, I don't know how well, and this is just. Yeah. Spitballing. I don't know how well a female would do as a head coach of a bunch of grown men.
I think you could if you're in the same organization for a while and there's a clear respect there where it's like she knows what the fuck she's talking about. Because it's not like also the NBA coaches aren't like, like balancing like NBA coaches don't do that much in the grand scheme of things versus like an MLB manager or like an NFL coach. Like NBA coaches don't do it as much.
They still drop the X's and O's.
Yeah, but if she knows what she's doing, then you can. But you're not going to pluck her off the street where you don't know if people are even going to like her or not.
To your point, you feel like that respect has to be proven really quickly where, a guy like a Frank Vogel or a Patrick Ewing or a Jeff Van Gundy is going to walk in and just be like, I am who I am.
Yeah.
You like it. Great. If you don't, I could care less.
Well, Patrick Ewing was also booty cheeks at Georgetown, so I wouldn't bring him in, even if it's like a.
Well, talk about a homer plug.
He's a New York guy.
Talk about a homer plug. That would be the homest plug of all time.
If Becky Hammond was like the lead assistant coach for the Spurs when Pop ended up moving to. Oh, yeah, we didn't talk about that either. Pop is now the president of basketball operations for the Spurs. He's no longer the coach.
Smart.
If she was the, he can't. He's on his last leg, very unfortunately. But if she was the head, like, assistant coach for 5 years under Pop, and then he goes to president of basketball operations, I could see a world where she would be the head coach. But I don't think she's going to come to New York and be the coach for that. I just don't think it's going to happen. But yeah, Stephen A. Smith, no. No, he will not. Even if it's plus 6,000 odds, that you shouldn't even be on this list. It's like that one kid that did that NFL
another
draft.
homer plug.
Yeah, it's like that one kid that did the NFL draft video. Have you seen that? Where it was like, and with the 3rd pick in the NFL draft, and they just like, he's like, wait, me? Why did I get drafted? I didn't know I was gonna get drafted. Like, that's what it is. How the hell did he even get included on that?
It's very true. I feel like Stephen A. Smith is just the most homer plug, and somebody just wanted to put him on that list.
He's so annoying, dude. I'm so sick of him.
I like Jeff Van Gundy though. I'm surprised he's so low on this list.
It's just
very good coach.
He's been out coaching for a while. Him and his brother, they've been out for a bit now. So but they were good. They were good when they were coaching.
I mean, what? Jeff Van Gundy brought the Magic to Eastern Conference Finals.
Oh yeah,
if I'm not mistaken. Dwight
well,
Howard.
that was Stan.
Was it Stan?
Stan was the Stan was the Dwight Howard coach.
Epic mustache.
Yes.
Epic mustache.
Stan was Dwight Howard's coach when they went to the finals with Rashard Lewis and Matt Barnes and Vince Carter and all them.
Oh yeah, that was a really good squad. Team.
Jeff Van Gundy was the coach of the Rockets.
That's right.
In 2003 to 07. So Yao Ming and Tracy McGrady and all of them.
Tracy McGrady on the Rockets, man. What a play.
That was fun.
But we'll get into it more, but Thibs got a shit end of a stick. But speaking of kind of craziness right now going on in the college football landscape,
I'll give that the entire a 4 out of 10.
I don't know, Vince. I mean, you got a better one?
No.
You got a better one to roll out over here?
We're just here to get better. We're just here to get better, dude.
You got a better one? You know, some weeks I got it, some weeks I don't. I don't know the segue.
Speaking of something that Stephen A. Smith would report on, that's a 2 out of 10.
No, see, there's the thing. He wouldn't report on this at all.
True.
And welcome to the dog days of sports.
Yeah.
But basically, the Mountain West is kind of just disbanded.
No, the Mountain West is just the Pac-12 now.
Right. So unless you're living under a rock, or you don't pay attention to this at all, Boise State, Colorado State, Fresno State, San Diego State, and Utah State have all given formal exit notice to the Mountain West as a necessary step to avoid an even worse financial penalty. So right now, each team would have to pay $18 million. They decided to jump prematurely. They would have to pay double that. So 36, kind of crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, who really cares what's going on over there at this point? You know, like it sucks for the teams.
It's relevant football news. I mean, the Pac-12 is going to exist again. Just it's going to be a shittier version.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, who really cares if it's the Mountain West or the Pac-12? Because both of them are just shitty conferences with no good teams. Like when you're getting up, like the best team is clearly Boise State. But when you're getting up for a Colorado State game, the only game I could tell you that Colorado State played was against Colorado that one time. That's the only one I can think of. When
they play each and every year, Vince.
I know, but remember that late hit when Colorado was undefeated and Deion Sanders and yada, yada, yada. Outside of that, like Utah State, seen them a couple times. Like these aren't teams that are that good outside of Boise.
But Vince, wait, there's more. But UNLV and Air Force could join. I mean, this could happen.
Hey, UNLV had a very good quarterback last year.
Yeah,
and Air Force is actually pretty good for a little bit last year too, but it's just no. Who cares? That's really how I feel. It's become
I understand, but then again, it's news. You know, college football.
No, I'm with you.
New.
I'm with you. I'm not.
You
saying
only got 14 more Saturdays, by the way, Vince.
Wild. Yeah, but not really, actually, because that means there's 14 weeks. So that's like a quarter of a year, right?
Yeah.
Just about. That's how math works out, ish.
3 months, right? So that's
a
quarter of a year right there. Whoa,
yeah.
Math.
So boom, math. But yeah, I mean, it's just like conferences have become less so based on where you are on the map. Like it's obviously coast to coast about everywhere except for the SEC. So now it's just like, all right, like go ahead and try to make the Pac-12 good, but everybody knows, like all you're doing, it's like Foreigner, the band.
What a random plug.
Or like AC/DC or whatever. It's like AC/DC has their guys. But like Foreigner has the name Foreigner, but nobody in the band still plays in Foreigner. It's just a different group of people with a very popular name. That's what the Pac-12 is.
Well, I think what they're trying to do is get it to a point where some of those Big 12 teams that adopted Pac-12 teams, right? So you look at like ASU for a minute there, and you look at Colorado. I think what they're trying to do is get Pac-12 back to some sort of relevancy. So those dog water teams in the Big 12 or Big 10 are like, all right, maybe we go back. because it's best to be the best team in a shitty conference than
I don't know if that's
conference
true.
at all.
I don't know if that's
You know,
true
and then
because
there's Notre Dame that has no conference.
and they're fine. I think too, like it's not necessarily true to be the best team in a bad conference because only 4 bids for conference winners are going to come from what the ACC, the SEC, the Big Ten, and
the Mountain West. Yeah,
whatever that other one's going to be.
Even though the Mountain West doesn't exist, I mean,
but that
if
was
you look
like
at it
that was
last
just
year
like
in the playoff landscape.
Well, yeah, if it's like we get a Big 12 team or a Pac 12 team, like they're just going to fight for that last spot. We're like,
well, now there's going to be 12 spots, so it's going to happen.
But there's still only 4 number ones, though, right?
I believe, but then again,
it's 4 number ones, and then it's 4, 4, 4, 4.
4, 4, 4, 4.
4. Yeah, I feel like I'm going to fucking Wendy's.
But then again, you gotta remember though. I mean, how many conferences? Well, we got Mountain West, Big 12, now Pac 12.
Yeah.
Big 10.
Yeah.
SEC.
ACC.
And ACC. So, I mean, a Mountain West team made the Final Four, had no business being there. But
no, they got smoked.
They got smoked by Penn State, and then your Notre Dame team went and barely beat them, and then
don't give me that.
Destroyed.
You win the games you win, buddy.
I understand. The Georgia game was probably
that was
best.
fun. That was fun.
That was fun. It was a good time.
And now that boy's playing quarterback in Miami. Carson Beck.
Man. Really?
Yeah, dude.
That's right, because he cheated on the Cavender twin in Miami and got.
Whatever.
Like city boy crazy. Like he's got to have a background picture of like a woman's mouth as
on his phone.
He's got it.
He gives me like picture of him with a fish that he caught. 5.
Speaking of fish, Vince,
where you going?
Do we want to spin the wheel of death?
Oh.
Do we want to spin the baseball wheel of death?
I thought you were going to be a pervert.
No, I had to redeem myself on this shitty segue to get a better segue.
Dude, what do you mean speaking of fish? Okay.
Speaking of shit.
All right.
I mean, come on. Let's spin the wheel of death.
Let's spin this wheel.
Here
we go.
And the baseball topic of the week.
And skibbity boo. And it's frozen. Why are we playing? And play.
Vince.
Cool.
Sick.
Bum, 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 bum. The Marlins. What a segue, Mike.
Yeah.
Man,
almost. Oh, I didn't know. What was coming. Thought I had a fish in mind. All right. So this week, the Wheel of Death lands on the Miami Marlins, formerly known as the Florida Marlins. Vince, what do you got? You got anything crazy on the Marlins?
Things first,
honestly, I'm just like fit to be tied on this.
I got plenty. Actually, because they were the team that just handed the Colorado Rockies their first series win of the year yesterday.
Whoa.
First one that they've gotten all year. The Colorado Rockies are horseshit and horrible. Couple things. 23-37 in the NL East, a very difficult division right now to play in anyway.
True.
Leaning heavy on Xavier Edwards. He's the shortstop. Kyle Stowers, Eric Wagaman. Wagaman's first base. Stowers is right or left field. I can't remember.
Wagaman.
And they have, I think it's like Wagaman, but I like saying Wagaman because I feel like Jamaican.
Wagaman.
They also bring back up Dane Myers, who got injured. He's their center fielder. He's hitting over 300 for the year. So, like, they have some guys, which is fun, but they're not good. My thing is I watched a full highlight of Sandy Alcantara's last start. Sandy Alcantara won the Cy Young in 2022.
I was about to say, wasn't that 3 years ago or 2 years ago?
I think 2020. So it was in 2022, and then they were thinking about trading him, and they were like, "No, we're not going to trade him." They traded a couple other guys. They should have traded him probably. He won the Cy Young. And then 2023 was not very nice to him leading into 2024 where he got Tommy John, where he didn't play. And now this year, he has a negative 1.4 WAR and a 7.89 ERA in 12 starts. So it's not going well for him at all. Yeah.
So,
bless you.
Edit that.
Hell no. I'm keeping that in.
So he actually won in 2022.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I thought you said
23 wasn't good for him. 24, he had Tommy John, and 25, he's pitching like shit.
Well, and they had an opportunity to trade him or sign him, and they signed him, and now it's like, what are you going to get for him?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Not a lot. His value's gone.
Well, that's why, like, especially if you're the Marlins and you have an ace pitcher at the height of his, like,
but they were kind of competing.
You want him?
They were kind of competing then a little bit.
It
was the Cubs versus them in like the wild card. Do you remember that? They played them in the wild card in 2022.
Oh, the Cubs? Yeah, I remember that. And that was like the almost that was like the end of the era of Bryant, Rizzo, and the rest of them.
Something like that, yeah, or at least a couple guys that were still hanging on. But
yeah, there was a couple guys who were still hanging on that team.
You go through the history of the Marlins, though, in the last like 10 years. You have Derek Jeter. Derek Jeter bought the team for a very short period of time. You had Kim Ng, who is now leading like the professional softball league that they're going to start, which finally, about time, honestly, because why don't they have a professional softball league? It's stupid.
Oh yeah, it's going to be so much more.
No, it's more just
fun
like
to watch than the
just
MLB.
Get something.
Yeah.
I know, but get something out there because what I do like to watch is college softball is actually a fun time to watch. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh yeah. College baseball's been electric. I don't know if anybody's been paying attention to that, but the College World Series has been truly fun to watch. Or should we say the semifinals and all the play-ins in each little conference, and it's been wonderful to watch.
Yeah, but
shout out to St. Mary's, by the way. They lost to Oregon State 20-7 in that
Oregon
game.
State, famously the team that who played at, Mike?
Nick Madrigal.
Boom,
and Adley Rush.
Let's go. Yes, both of them, but I was thinking Madrigal.
Both of them are not doing so hot right now. But what's funny is Oregon State beat USC to win that division, so to speak.
So you're telling me USC doesn't win another division? Oh, sucks.
Hey, take it easy.
Take it easy,
guys. Take it easy. They were the top seed, too, and Oregon State they got beat by St. Mary's in game 1, and then it was like, okay, we woke up, and then they just destroyed everyone. I think they knotted USC. I think they won 7-0.
They're always good.
And then not only that, you got Ole Miss dogging right now. You got North Carolina dogging right now. They just beat Oklahoma. I mean,
where's
some good teams. Yeah. Vandy's out.
No shit.
Some of the top seeds in the circuit right now are completely out. Tennessee's still in, but Vandy's out.
Wow, that's
kind of crazy. It is. There's a lot of crazy stuff and storylines coming out. You know, there's a lot of teams like Wright College, like Wright State is in this right now.
I like that about baseball. You get like the Cal State Fullerton, stuff like that, where you're like, where the hell?
Right.
Well, this team comes
like
from, but they have good
random
baseball
teams. All right, back to the Marlins.
Yeah. Okay, so what I was saying was Kim Ng is now in charge of the softball league, so she's no longer with the team. They had Yelich. D. Gordon was playing his ass off. Giancarlo Stanton hits 58 home runs or whatever for them. They had guys. And if you go back and see where all those guys ended up going and how they're playing, like they had a team full of studs, and they got rid of them for essentially nothing. I mean, obviously the boat crash drug thing, whoever that was.
Oh, Felix Hernandez?
Not Felix, but Jose Fernandez.
Jose Hernandez.
Felix Hernandez is the king of Seattle. But
oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, but they had an opportunity and completely squandered it, and since then they've been kind of in purgatory, and they're never going to come out of it. It seems like I don't know what's going on over there. Well, and also their jerseys are so much worse. They used to have cool jerseys, and now they
used to be so neat, like all the teal colorways, and it was
even
white,
like
teal,
the orange ass ones were actually kind of cool.
Yeah, the original like Miami oranges were really neat.
Now they look like a Canva preset.
Kind of do. It's a little lame. The Marlins. Little background on the Marlins were established as an expansion team in 1993. and led up by Jim Leland, who most famously used to smoke cigarettes in the dugout. Quite cool of him. Also managed the Tigers on their World Series runs. One of the, by far, maybe the best one of the best managers in the modern baseball era.
Yes.
Knew what the hell he was doing. But it was a very interesting time. They were really good in their lore, made the World Series in 1997, also made the World Series and won the World Series in 2003.
Miguel.
And they also, so their 2 World Series appearances, they have won. Ozzie Guillen was their third base coach before he became the manager of the Chicago White Sox.
He also was the manager of the Marlins for a short time.
He was, and most notably, fucking ruined it. Maybe that was it.
Mark Burley pitched there too.
He did pitch there, and he also pitched on Toronto for a little bit. Remember, they traded him because he couldn't own his pit bulls.
Yeah,
in Toronto.
Yeah.
So he's like, send me to Florida.
Get me out of here. Yeah. What are we doing?
Yeah. So I will say that, history-wise of the Marlins, they've actually had a lot of good teams. So since there's not much to talk about the current team, and they're one of the dog water franchises of the team, let's go back in time and let's give our most fun plugs for the Miami, formerly known as the Florida Marlins. Vince, are you in on this one?
I'm down. I'm down to clown my
All right. I'm going to start this thing off nice and easy.
Oh, nice and easy.
Nice and easy. Most notably, one of the best Marlins to ever live, didn't play there forever, Gary Sheffield.
Oh, I like that poll. Oh, yeah, Gary Sheffield with the teal. Oh, with the sleeveless ones?
Oh yeah. Remember, they need to bring back the sleeveless to the MLB.
Many teams.
Like,
the Sox need theirs back. The Marlins need theirs back. Yeah. I'm going to go with Miguel Cabrera because they really squandered that too. Dude. Unbelievable.
Okay. Are you ready?
Third base or left fielder, I think he was at the beginning of that.
Who?
Miguel Cabrera.
Oh, Miguel. Yeah, he was.
As a rookie, played in the World Series.
Probably. I mean, he got a little chubby and then moved to.
He was
to
a left fielder, then
first.
A third, and then a first. Yeah, and then a DH.
Yeah, and then it's just like, he hits, absolutely rakes.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's another old school plug. Formerly known as one of the best shortstops in St. Louis Cardinal history, but many people don't know this. Before he was a St. Louis Cardinal, Edgar Renteria.
Also a beast. Also beast. I think in Slugfest he was.
Yeah.
I'm going to stick with the same team that I'm doing here, and I'm going to go with rookie Dontrell Willis. Sideways hat Dontrell. He was absolutely throwing. That bullpen was crazy when they won, dude. Crazy.
Formerly a Kane County Cougar.
So was Miguel.
No,
for like 2 games.
Oh, really? Really? Why, the Cubs had him? They traded him?
No, they've changed a couple times. They were the Marlins, and then they were the Athletics too, and all that stuff. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Shout out to Kane County. All right. Here's another plug. Are you ready?
Yep.
Luis Castillo.
Nice second baseman. Dog.
Oh yeah, he was great in MVP baseball. Oh yeah.
All right. Give me Ivan Rodriguez, catcher.
Hell yeah.
Pudge.
Plug. Oh yeah, gotta love Pudge. Josh Beckett.
Oh yeah. I don't think I'm ever going to run out of him. How about Derek Lee?
Love that one.
Derek Lee, first base.
Lee. The original Mr. Marlin, Jeff Conine.
Oh. All right, I'm going to go...
I got history for days on the Marlins.
I'm going to go with Mike Lowell.
Okay. Former White Sox great, and maybe, just maybe, an everything great, considering he played everywhere, Juan Pierre.
Oh, yeah. How about...
Pierre was on that World Series team.
You want to try on a Dan Uggla for size? Everybody's favorite second baseman.
Dan Uggla.
Everybody's favorite
Dan Uggla.
Yeah.
Dan Uggla was a dog, man.
Yeah.
Dan Uggla was something else back in the day.
I know.
Okay. All right. Okay. Former White Sox legend. Also played on the Marlins. Are you ready for this one?
Pulling all. Yeah.
Miguel Olivo.
Oh, yeah. Oh yeah.
Put that in your pipe and smoke it.
I'm trying to get like unique ones, but I'm starting to move towards like. I mean, can I say it even though we already said it? Like Mark Burley played for the Marlins. Never forget.
I mean, it's kind of a plug. Did you
It is.
already hit Mike Lowell?
I did. You
hit
got
Mike
Lowell
Lowell.
already. You got Lowell already.
Lowell's dead. Oh man, this is.
Because you can start going more recent too. That's the thing.
Oh, I got one. Oh, this is like deep in the memory banks. Cesar Torres.
Oh yeah, I remember that guy.
Whoa.
Didn't Jared Saltamacchia or whatever play there?
I don't know about that.
Remember him? Remember when he was on the Blue Jays and he was
yeah.
dogging, and then he went somewhere else, and I can't think of the name of it. I'm gonna look it up.
He was on the Marlins. I think
he did.
Was on the Marlins.
Or no,
Did
I
he?
think I was thinking of Real Muto, to be honest, who started there as well. He was also on that team. He did play for 1 year in 2015. He was on the Marlins.
Wow.
Let's go, dude.
The memory. I don't want to go like Christian
He played 9
Yelich.
games. He played 9 games.
That's crazy. I don't want to Christian Yelich or Giancarlo Stanton because that's
No.
just too like obvious.
That's stupid.
But
yeah,
there you go. There's the boys just riffing on
that's
former
the classic.
Marlin greats.
Yeah, that's the classic. Just name guys.
There you go. And
Yeah.
that's our Tism corner. All right, now the NFL is many moons away.
Mm-hmm.
Most notably, Stephon Diggs reported to OTAs.
Mm-hmm.
He's rocking number 8. Kind of looks clean. And most notably, Mike Vrabel and Josh McDaniels have kind of swept this whole fucking thing under the rug.
Well,
of his
that's
drug use on a boat with boats and in fact.
Yeah, but was it drugs?
So I would like to thank the youngest brother-in-law for pointing out what the substance was.
Isn't it called like
Allegedly.
2C or something like that?
Allegedly, that is a music industry
Yeah,
concoction of drugs.
it's
which is
cocaine and
most
ecstasy.
It's like ecstasy, ketamine,
Yeah,
and cocaine all mixed together, allegedly. And Diddy, most notably, used to drug people at his parties with this
Oh, yeah.
concoction in order to get them feeling looser and make other things looser.
it's like poppers.
Why? And also, more findings have been found out that Cardi B was, in fact, on that same boat.
She was with them. Yeah,
And it is clear now, allegedly, that they may be in an open relationship.
or they're just
So-
vibing. You know, we didn't see it. Okay, first off, this is my biggest thing.
Vince,
'Cause
they
everybody's
call it a
thought-
stabbing cabin for a reason on most boats.
I think it's called
because
two. I think it's
inside
called
tab-
2C. I think they call it 2C or something like that. I forgot.
2C, whatever.
Um,
The 2C is being done in the stabbing cabin, and I would say allegedly there is some stabbing going on said in cabin.
That's just based on something. This is what I've been saying because a lot of people are like,
Legend.
why isn't he suspended? Blah blah blah. You can only
Got
go with what you see. They can't go in and test the drug because he doesn't have it on him anymore. He's at OTAs right now. No one knows what was going on in said boat. You just saw a video and then you make your assumption there. Maybe it was doctored. Maybe the person was trying to get him and they put it like. You can't make an argument against it, so they can't really like. Yeah, they swept it under the rug, but like, what are they supposed to do? Bring more information? Like, are they gonna bring this out more? Like, why would they want that as a team?
I don't know.
He's dating
Only thing I
Cardi
know-
B, dude. They already kind of knew he was like that before. Like, it's not like any of this is new information.
Absolutely. I mean, go back and watch the interview of the Minnesota Vikings. They ask each and every Minnesota Viking, Adam Thielen, Dalvin Cook, who would you not want dating your sister?
Oh, yeah,
Everybody
Stephon Diggs.
unanimously,
Yeah,
Stephon Diggs. So
yeah,
there is that old chestnut. But Vince, you have some NFL news.
yeah. CJ Stroud's not throwing.
Oh,
He's got a sore arm. He's 24. Had a whole offseason. Now his arm's sore.
sounds like he just doesn't want to participate.
That's could be bad.
Is he really there though, where he can state that yet? I don't think so. You've had like
I mean-
2 seasons. One was amazing your rookie year. Now you're
Well,
kinda
if it's
taking a
at-
step back.
Yeah, but you're seeing it like he doesn't want to do it. But also, if he has a sore arm right now going into it and he threw like a little bit going into it, like, there could be an actual issue. It's either an actual bad issue to have that much time, or he's a prima donna. And you would rather him be a prima donna.
I think he's more of a preemie. But then again, I mean, these are voluntary. Most of all of them are. So when you look at it, I don't necessarily throw sign of caution. I think they're just making sure he's going to be good for mini camp.
Why wouldn't they say he's just like he's got permissible, like he's just not going to OTAs? Why would they report that he has a sore arm?
Well, because at least you can walk through the motions with your teammates. You're not going to necessarily throw, but you can just go to huddle, go through formations, go through the steps that are going to be needed.
Why wouldn't they just say that?
I don't know.
Like, why are they giving us injury reports on it? That's what I'm saying.
D'Amico doesn't want people to know what he's doing. D'Amico's out here trying to keep it hush hush.
What is he giving away saying that CJ Stroud isn't throwing yet? We're not getting him. He's not throwing yet. If you say that,
well, I don't think that they're giving anything. I think CJ Stroud had a shoulder injury last year. He's probably, allegedly, I mean, granted, they have to report if he had surgery. I don't think he did.
No.
But beyond that, I mean, he could just be dealing with the aftermath of last year's woes.
But yeah, if that's, I don't know, just something to think about. Now, in a different camp, the most interesting one probably this offseason. In Cleveland, first off, Dylan Gabriel, 4-year contract signed today.
Okay.
Wait.
I have more information on this said injury. Previous history of CJ Stroud's shoulder. He had a history of shoulder issues in college where he separated an AC joint.
Yep, I remember that.
Also had a similar issue in his rookie year. So there could be some concerns, but go on.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, just obviously being interesting to monitor. The Browns, Dylan Gabriel signs a 4-year contract today. Quarterbacks are out there. Joe Flacco's getting the main amount of reps right now, and the madhouse has already began. Shador showing up so great. He's so accurate. He, like Robert Griffin III, he moves like an NFL quarterback. He always has. It was just about time, blah, blah, blah. Neither of them are getting first-team reps. Like, neither of them are doing any crazy shit. And then everybody's like, I told you Shador's better. Like, that's why he was a first-round draft pick. I don't know how he dropped so far. So annoyed by this shit. It's so annoying. I don't have time for it.
Kevin Stefanski's on his way out. This team clearly did not want to draft him. It seemed like their owner just drafted him on purpose.
Haslam or whatever. Yeah.
Shador took 12 for Tom and like all this happy good shit.
Yeah, well then Deion.
I'm just so burnt out on this.
Will not shut up. Deion Sanders needs to stop doing interviews about his kid all the time. Because every time he does it, he's like, my kid's always a consummate professional. It's like, you're Tyrese Halliburton's dad. You're the dad that coached him his whole life. Like, obviously you're going to say that, dude. Like, it comes off as like, you can't respect him from a father-son situation. That's like LeBron saying Bronny's good at basketball. Like, I'm just going to watch the tape and figure that out.
Of course. And that's where I believe now for Shador, there's nowhere to hide. You can't hide in Big Daddy's pocket anymore.
Right.
Daddy's always been your coach. No teammate of his really has ever truly liked him just based off of body language, just looking at, past tapes.
Except for Travis. They seem chummy.
Whatever. I mean, bottom line, he's an egotistical fuck. He's been told his whole life that he's a shit, and I'm happy he got a little bit of a kick in the, after
maybe it'll be good for him.
That draft. Maybe it'll be good for him. Either he's going to respond to it or he's going to be a career backup. Now, Dylan Gabriel, on the other hand, no.
You've always loved him.
He is not an NFL quarterback. I don't know what any team was thinking. It is the most Brown shit ever that they took.
We'll see, man.
Where they have clear other needs. I don't. No. Shador will be on the field before Dylan Gabriel and perform better before Dylan Gabriel. I'm sorry.
We'll see.
I will say Quinn Ewers may actually have a better shot of seeing the field.
Where is he in New York?
No, Quinn Ewers is on the Miami Dolphins.
Oh yeah, probably just because of injuries.
So I don't think Tua. I mean, Tua is one more head hit off the ground next to the
for end of career. Like, shit. Yeah,
I hate to say it. when you're out here putting together, stew brains, it's not good. A lot of people. What?
Stew brains is just a funny thing to say.
I mean, if he's not careful, like I said, he's one more head hit away from being stew.
It's a slow roasting crock pot right now, and it's gonna be off the bone. Soft.
I bet you 3 or 4 doctors have gone to him and said, "You should probably be done."
Yeah, and he's a competitor, so he doesn't want to be, but it could severely mess up your life. So I don't know. I don't disagree with that. I think it's probably likely because who's the backup in Miami again? Skylar Thompson, or is he gone?
Quinn Ewers.
No, but there's another.
I'm not too
There's
clear.
another quarterback. Oh, Zach Wilson. Duh.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Zach's trying to get all out in Miami, banging moms.
Z-Dubs.
Big banging mom guy.
The last NFL thing I want to talk about is Duval Nation.
Oh, God, why?
They go crazy on social all of the time. So at Twitter.
Oh,
OTAs,
yeah, didn't they bring Ashton Hall in to do something with them?
Oh, yeah. It's a whole thing. Gotta be. Yeah, so did DJ Khaled. That was crazy.
Gotta be 10,000.
Yeah, but they posted something yesterday with Travis Hunter where he made a cool play, made an interception, and they were just like, get used to this or something like that. Or it was like, he's going to do this all the time. And they didn't have the thought process that maybe somebody's going to watch this like a replay official would and realize that the ball hit the ground. So the entire reaction to it is like, cool play, ball hit the ground though. 24 seconds later, that doesn't count for anything. So now he's just getting roasted online for missing an interception. They fucked him up. They fucked him over.
Between him and then their finance bro looking ass GM James Gladstone.
Oh yeah, the GM.
Oh my God. Who clearly chat GBT'd his speech after Travis Hunter was drafted, and he was like, there's not many guys that generationally can change a franchise. And you're like, dude, are you trying to be the fucking main character right now?
If you want to know
finance bro, main douche haircut, talking about where you're gonna spend the fucking just stop.
It's gotta be 10,000.
I don't like that guy.
Clearly.
Well, fun fact, he's from St. Louis. Okay. James Gladstone. And he actually went to high school with a friend of the podcast.
Oh,
and they always said this guy was a complete fucking toolbox. So,
all right. Well, continue.
There you go.
Have fun in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Should we talk about the MBA? Because it's actually going on right now.
The MBOP?
MBA. NBA, Michael.
Although I encourage everybody to truly go listen to the words to MBOP. It's quite a sad song. Might give you a tear. Oh,
Hanson?
Yeah. Oh, Hanson. Oh, did you hear that? Pardon my take. Ask Khalil Mack. They were like, Khalil, it's said that your favorite band of all time is
Hanson.
Hanson. He's like, yo, what the fuck?
Yeah.
He was taken back. He's like, I've never listened to Hanson. They're like, really? Never? You've never heard MBOP? He's like, not voluntarily.
I did not know that.
Fantastic.
All right, NBA.
What? You keep going on MBA.
NBA.
MBA.
NBA. Pronounce NBA as a word.
NBA.
NBA. It's like calling the Knicks. It's like calling the Knicks that.
I can't.
NX. You wouldn't call it NX. You call them the Knicks.
Or you could call them the Knicks.
Knicks, true.
Knicks, dog.
Valid point. Anyway, the National Basketball Association has a finals set. Now, finally, here we are.
They do.
2 small markets. And I like it, dude. Everybody was saying the fix is in. It's gonna go to a game 7 at the Mecca and we'll see what happens. No. The Pacers took care of business.
No. Karl Anthony Towns is too zesty for that.
That's not
I'm sorry,
at all
man.
what happened.
All
he
of
was
his
the best
fucking
player on
hand
the
motion,
fucking
all of his hand motions, all of his little hand motions. Like, oh god.
Yeah, but that's not symbolic of how somebody plays basketball. He went 22, 14, and 2.
Fucking suspect, bro.
No, you want to know what the issue was? Is that the Knicks didn't make any adjustments. And they were sitting the first half, it was a 4 or 5 or 6 point game, something like that at the end of the first half. You're like, anybody's game. And then in the second half, they kept running the same pick and roll, Jalen Brunson trying to get downhill, which he tried. He played 34 minutes and got 19 points. They figured out how to stop him. They didn't adjust. They kept Cat in the game, even though they probably should have Mitchell Robinson in. But if Mitchell Robinson's in the game, then they can't score. So they were down 10 for 2 full quarters. And it was just like, come back. Now they're down 8. Now they're down 12. Now they're down 8. Now they're down 12. They sat around 10 the entire time because they can run offense and defense at the same time. And the Pacers are just too fast.
Goes to show you that Pascal Siakam and Tyrese Halliburton and
Andrew Nembhard,
Miller,
Miles Turner.
I
was going to say Reggie Miller retired.
The ghost. I was about to say the ghost of Reggie Miller is with them,
Yeah.
even though he's sitting on the sideline.
Right.
I was not surprised that the Pacers were going to win this series. I said it's either going to go 6 or 7. I was right. I called it. The one time I can say Uncle Mike was right.
Oh my God, you do it
right.
every week, Mike. You suck your
right.
dick every single week, dude. You don't say the one time. You said the one time. You do it every week.
I can actually give myself fellatio this time.
Good
simply
job.
Due to the fact that I called it and I'm on record of calling it.
Yes.
And I said, if there's one series I could see going 6 or 7 games,
Is
it's
this
the
one?
Knicks and
We agreed
Pacers.
on that. Yes. I took the Knicks. You took the Pacers.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
cool.
well, if you're going to go back and listen to yours, you'll also hear me say that it's going to go 6 or 7. I'll take the Knicks in 7 is what I said.
Okay. So you
also,
went
you
Knicks,
can't
I
say
went
I'm taking the Pacers in
Wrong.
6 or 7.
Wrong.
Yeah, but you can't.
Wrong.
It's like taking a Scantron and being like, is the answer A, B, C, or D? And you're like, let's go A and B. That's wild.
Who called?
You can't pick 2 answers.
Who called? Okay. Then on this Scantron, millennial.
Yeah. Are you gonna go Thunder sweep or 5? You said 4 or 5. You can't give 2 answers. You got to make a call. You got to make a distinct call, Mike. You were very good. You were right on both of them. I'll give you that. But you can't be like, I called it and you're wrong when you picked 2 answers.
People want to know what I would say if I didn't win.
I guess we'll never know.
All right.
But
I Kanye that shit.
Yeah, but
or
back
Jason
to the
Tatum.
game. Back to the
Jason Tatum.
Back to the game.
We did it.
Yeah. Yeah, the fucking Kevin Garnett, and then he tried to Kobe Bryant it too, but whatever. He's gonna be out for a year, so that's honestly sad. I'll give it to him.
He'll be okay. He's making.
Did you see the Eastern Conference Final trophy when they were giving the player of the? What do they call Eastern Conference player?
Tyrese Halliburton thought it was him. Like
he started walking up like, "Hey," and then it was like Pascal Siakam, and he's like, "Oh,
oh, fuck."
Which
not me. All right,
number
good for my
1,
teammate.
The Pacers can't win without Tyrese Halliburton. Clearly,
that's fair.
But Pascal Siakam was the best player on their team for the series.
It's pretty fucking good, Vince.
He was so good all series. But if they have Pascal and not Tyrese Halliburton, then they don't even make it this far. Both things can be true.
Pretty good.
Both things can be true.
I think both things can be true. I think Pascal Siakam's a good glue guy on that team. Definitely somebody
He's got experience.
Definitely somebody that you're going to hitch your wagon to long term. I mean, he is a piece to that. Like similar to like, I mean, he's not as old, but like remember Ray Allen was on that Heat team.
Oh yeah,
kind of like with that veteran.
No, but Siakam's in his prime though, too. Though
that's fair.
That's more like D Wade and LeBron, but like not that good, obviously.
You know who gets kind of slept on is Miles Turner being on that team for like over a decade now.
Oh yeah,
you want to know who else does?
Good. T.J. McConnell.
Oh, yeah.
T.J. McConnell's been on that team since Paul George was on the team.
Okay. Let's talk about the Paul George final, shall we?
Yeah, we are on it. We are there. It is this one.
So without Paul George, historically, this finals can't happen. So Paul
absolutely
George,
not.
most notably, was drafted by the Pacers.
Correct.
Pacers, great. And then gets traded
Yep.
to the Thunder, right? Wasn't that the initial trade, or was it the Clippers first?
The Shea and the Clippers ones was the Thunder.
Okay.
For the Pacers, they traded him to, or no, maybe they traded him to OKC, and then OKC traded him to the Clippers, I think.
Correct. So with all the trade pieces that the Pacers got in return, they trade the Kings for Halliburton and a couple other guys.
Yep.
And some more picks. And then the haul, ring the bell, that the Thunder got for Paul George trading
Paul
into
George
the Clippers.
for Oladipo and Sabonis.
Crazy.
Sabonis goes to the Sacramento Kings. Tyrese Halliburton comes back to the Pacers, is what happened.
It's
So
bananas.
Sabonis is on the Kings now. And then, we know the Shea Gilgeous-Alexander for Paul George trade for the Clippers.
Shane Gilgeous-Alexander's pretty sick.
There it is again. But it is like both these teams constructed their teams based off of Paul George. And Paul George doesn't have a lot to say for it as far as his career is concerned, unfortunately. Very good. All-star. But now...
Do you think he wishes he wouldn't have been traded so many times and would have stayed on a franchise and grew with them?
No, he's probably cool with the money.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because
No
also,
glory, though.
if he doesn't get traded, it's not like the Pacers are going to the championship this year without Paul George leaving the team. It's not like the OKC Thunder are going, they got a shit ton of stuff for him. They would not be in the finals either. He was necessary to leave for them to be this good. That's
true.
The reality. He went to the Clippers because he thought it was going to be an easy thing. And you're like, wait,
they thought
Shea's better than
they
me.
were. Well, Shea was better than him, and he's proven that he still is. And now to get into this series, Vince, it starts on this evening, actually. So when you're listening
Thursday night,
to this podcast, the game drops tonight at 8:30 Eastern or 5:30 Mountain or 6:30 Central. Or 7:30 Central. So this is going to be a series, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yes,
I think they're evenly matched. I do worry about the depth for the and how Miles Turner is going to match up against the
Isaiah
depth
and Chet. That's
right.
You think?
Do
you think they're
Hardenstein
actually evenly
and the rest of them.
matched? Do you believe they're actually evenly matched?
I think they both have two generational talents that are going to be going head to head. Now, as far as the overall
generational's a lot.
Tyrese Halliburton and SGA are going to go down as some of the.
I thought you meant each team has two.
No, each team has one.
I don't think so
Each team has one.
I'm with you.
And then there's a lot of great role players around. You look at Lou Dort. You look at this. I mean,
Jalen Williams is a dog. Yeah.
Jalen. You look at the whole construction of each team. If I'm going to lean on depth, I'm going to lean on the Thunder as opposed to the Pacers. And that's where I think the Thunder have been successful in each series is that they just outpace people throughout the course of a series. They'll have one game where they fall real bad, and then they pick right back up, and they prove themselves again and again.
Can we play a game? Because, first
game.
off, the Thunder are plus or minus 700 favorites right now.
Okay.
So I think that I'm going to at least take
minus 700.
Yeah, I think I'm going to take
7-1.
They're going to win it.
Wow.
I think I'm going to take the Pacers just because that's good money if they win. But I started playing this game in my head because every time I'm like, which team is equal? Who has the best player?
The Thunder. I think if you stack them up side by side, they have the best player in this.
Who has the best starting lineup?
The Thunder.
Who has the best bench?
The Thunder.
Yeah. The only thing the Pacers have is the best
unanimous.
Coach. They have a better coach because Rick Carlisle's been there before.
Yeah.
That's the only That's why, like, yeah, the Thunder are better, dude. But it's the finals. Anything can happen. That's the beauty of it. But I don't know, man. It kind of feels like last year when the Celtics just destroyed the Mavs.
Molly-whopped.
Yeah. It feels like that might happen this year again. Just because, like, I can't tell you one thing the Pacers are better at than the Thunder aren't.
Well, if you look at Miles Turner and you look at Pascal Siakam, I think they do pair up very well with, Chet Holmgren and Hardenstein. I think overall, they're comparable. But I don't know if they have the bench depth to compete.
It's like, dude.
I love Caruso.
That's what I'm saying.
Defensively. Yeah.
Like, if you got Dort just giving Halliburton problems all game, and then you have to play Halliburton for extended minutes, even if Nesmith and Nembhard are shooting well, it's going to be their benefit. But you take Dort out to get time, and then you put Alex Caruso, who's arguably a better defender, against the same guy. Like, he was annoying the shit out of Nikola Jokic. And now you're going to put him on Halliburton, and he's similar speed, defensive monster. Like, they have guys up and down. Aaron Wiggins plays some minutes for them. Isaiah Joe plays some minutes for them. Like, I don't know. They have, like, the home environments are going to be crazy on both ends. Indiana's been crazy, but so has OKC. I struggle to find something that Indiana's going to do better. Again, it's not like it's impossible they're going to win. It's just like I can't believe that they would win this series.
Well, I think it's wise that you brought up the fan base theory. Both fan bases are feral. These aren't major markets, which I hate to say it. I think this might be like the last small market finals you see in a long time.
Could be. I mean, it's the first one we've seen in a long time.
It is.
When's the last time there was
really
two small market finals?
It's been a long time.
It's like San Fran's a big market. Miami's a big market.
Huge market. Miami's a huge market.
Boston, LA.
You look at Dallas. I mean,
there's not
major markets, and
like
it'd be like the equivalence of like Charlotte being in the finals right now.
Yeah,
right.
It'd be like Charlotte versus Portland. That's not gonna happen. So, like, yeah.
But what you do enjoy about both fan bases is that they're feral and they show up. And the Pacers have a little bit more rich of a legacy in history than the Thunder. But then again, the Thunder are in a very small market and people show up.
This is their second time going to a finals. They went in 2000 and got whopped by the freaking Lakers.
Yeah.
49. It's in 49 states. It's just basketball, right? And in one state in Indiana, it's a way of life. That's what basketball is in Indiana.
That's fair.
And OKC has been to the threshold and never won it. And they're also like, this is their sports team. This is their professional sports team. So like they both go crazy. Those home environments were crazy. So it's going to be fun. And then everybody in the world's going to be like, ratings are low. It's like, yeah, no shit. Cause it's not the Knicks and the Lakers. Like whatever.
Well, that's fair. I don't think people are really. I think it's going to be a very well watched event. Just
I'll watch every minute
that's in it. Right.
Yeah, I'll watch it every minute.
I mean, the real basketball lovers of the NBA playoffs will be in full effect watching, even though year over year, the lowest year I think of watching in the NBA this past year.
This year, yeah, for regular season.
They need to get rid of the play-in tournament and all that shit.
You're incentivizing mediocrity.
Get rid of the middle of the year playoff tournament or whatever the fuck they call
NBA
that thing.
Cup.
What is that?
NBA Cup.
Get rid of the cup. It's so dumb. Just get rid of it. It's like how NASCAR needs to just get rid of their phase series or however they do their races.
Oh yeah,
they want to get more viewership. Just set the lap number as you used to. Give them so many tanks of gas. And say you get so many pit stops, you get so many laps, similar to F1, and you're done.
Vroom. You're done. Yeah.
Vroom, I know. Go fast.
They're trying to overcorrect, and it's not working. And everybody's just sitting out and all that shit. It's, again, I don't even want to get into it because playoff basketball is different, and it's been different. And this is going to be a 6 series. So I'm very, very excited for this one. I think, like, as far as, like, there's a lot of cool talent, and there's also neither team has won the NBA Finals.
Ever.
This is the first time for either team because the Thunder don't keep the Supersonics history. So neither team have done it. I personally want to see Indiana do it just because like they've been a team for longer and they've gotten close before, but they're not gonna win. What's our predictions then?
All right, definitive. Thunder in 6.
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
Liar.
No, I swear to God. What was I going to say?
Huh?
Thunder in 7? I already told you I'm taking the Thunder.
All right.
Yeah.
Thunder in 6. It's a unanimous decision of the podcast. Let's hope we didn't give them the Maloik.
We'll see.
Okay. Who's your finals MVP?
If the Thunder win, it's Shea.
Okay.
I don't think they're going to pick a defensive guy. I don't think they're going to pick a defensive guy.
Caruso wins MVP.
Sick. That would be so sick. I would love that.
I would love him and his headband. Yeah. His headband would go down in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Hockey pod?
Should we talk about...
We'll talk about what?
You can't say NHL.
Talk about no.
You can't
Let's
say
talk
NHL.
about no.
It's like by the time you're listening to this, the first game is already over. Oilers get home ice. Panthers-Oilers rematch. We talked about this a little bit. So we have to talk about it in the same way. I think the Oilers win this because this has happened 2 other times in history, and I can't remember the teams. But every time a rematch, it was the Penguins. It was when Sidney Crosby lost his first final or his Stanley Cup Finals appearance, and then the second one, it was a rematch, and boom, he wins. And I think it's going to be the McDavid thing. They know what it feels like to lose so recently, and Florida hasn't done it. That's the reason I'm taking the Oilers here. But, like, it's going to be a tough – they're probably going to go 7.
Florida's really good.
Yeah.
And they're stacked. It feels like – and not related to basketball, but let me relate it to basketball. It kind of feels like the Panthers are the Thunder – and the Oilers are the Pacers.
Oh, the Oilers are favorites,
Panthers
though.
have a lot of – I understand that, but the Panthers have a little bit more depth. They don't have a real star, so to speak, and I know most hockey listeners – they got Kachuk and some other, like, veterans, which usually in hockey will get you a little bit further, similar to football. But then, you got the best player in the league on the other side of the ice for the Oilers, and Connor McDavid's a fucking legend.
The top 5 guys on the Oilers are better than the top 5 guys on the Panthers. Panthers might be deeper. But that doesn't – there's a lot of – we're not going to act like we're hockey geniuses in this. But I just can't see – because there is something to be said about getting to the point and not doing it and how that motivates people. Knowing how long it took them and they had to go through the whole year and win all these series just to get to the same fucking point, and there's just no way anybody's going to deny them. That's the way that I think about it, at least. It's like there's no way they're not going to win this one. Because on the other side, the Panthers are like, we already beat them once. We're just going to beat them. And I know that's not exactly what they're thinking, but there's definitely an inkling of that where the Oilers are like, we're not letting them do this to us again. There's no way.
That's fair. I definitely believe that there's a little bit more motivation on the Oilers side of the ice.
Has to be. Yeah.
I agree. McDavid wants to shore up his position as greatest of generation, and I think he will do that.
And this could be the beginning of, greatest ever type shit. Like that's the way you got to do it if you're going to try to compete for that.
They need some more pieces on that team if that's going to be the case.
We'll see. Maybe not. Maybe he gets his first one.
Maybe he gets his first. It's going to be an interesting series, even though we don't know too much about hockey. Vince, do you have a prediction?
Yeah, I'll take the Oilers in 7. I think they're going to go all the way. I think they went all the way or almost all the way last time. Like, these are pretty equal teams in my head.
Okay. All right. I like where your head's at. I'm going to go with the Oilers as well, just because I like Connor McDavid. That's
Me too.
Really like my
Let the man win, dude.
Let the boy win a championship, okay?
Yeah.
He's a great hockey player.
And bring the cup back to Canada for 1 year, and then we can go back to America. But I want to
That's
see
fair,
Canada
too.
win one. I want to see them win
Hey,
one.
I'm tired. What I'm also tired of is like all the former Chicago people who live in Florida just hitching their fucking wagon
I
onto
know.
another
Shut
hockey
up.
team.
Shut
It's
up.
just like, oh, go Panthers. It's like, weren't you a Tampa Bay Lightning fan like a month ago?
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of hockey, come to find out, the Carolina Hurricanes,
Uh-huh.
you think they play in Charlotte?
No.
You'd be wrong. They play
They're
in
in
Raleigh.
Raleigh? Yeah. Raleigh.
It's a smaller demographic
Yeah.
/ town than Charlotte. And they play there. And by the way, the arena where they could house it is fucking here. But they don't play here.
I know. I only knew that because I
Nuts.
was watching one of the games and then they were like, from Raleigh. And I'm like, what the fuck? Why are they UNC?
Hey, Carolina goes fucking nuts for sports. I will say.
Oh
that
yeah,
much.
Panthers.
They
Like yeah,
they
it's
go-
just
they
it's
go
a
for
shame
it.
that they have the Panthers who might be better this year but have sucked, and they have the Hornets who suck, and it's just like give them something to root for, man. That's every place in the
Hey.
world. If you give them something to root for, people will root, but you have to give them something to root for.
And if you want something to root for, you want two men to root for. You should root for the Taxi Squad podcast.
Yeah,
all right?
baby.
We've been around now for fucking 4 years,
Just about.
right? Still growing and
3.5,
showing.
yeah.
I mean, we've been doing it. And we appreciate you being here with us. This is
Thanks.
Vince, the last episode as a 29-year-old.
I'm 30 now, baby. Yeah.
He's going to be 30 next week. In advance, happy birthday, Vince.
Thank you, buddy. Love you as well.
And as always, if you haven't yet, share it with a friend. Share it with your spouse. If you got a kid, you got a nephew, share it with them too. Let them know, if they're of age, parental guidance.
Yeah. Advisory warning.
Correct. Put that on the bottom of the label like an old album. And as always, see you next week. Peace.
Talking Tales with Mike and Vince. Oh, jazzy beats while we dispense. Yeah,